right? So now I'm gonna say create functions. Now you have three options. I'm gonna go with author from scratch. I'm gonna name function name. I'm gonna name it hello lambda, and you can choose the runtime. I'm gonna choose .NET Core, so you can choose whatever language you prefer with. So interesting thing here is, you can either create your codes, or you can upload a zip file. So now I'm going to say create functions. So it will take a few seconds to create your functions. So I'm going to let it create. All right, so now it says successfully created hello lambda function. All right, so now you're gonna configure this. So you have add triggers. I'm gonna just say add triggers, and then you can now choose the trigger. I'm gonna say API gateway. All right, so I'm gonna say REST APIs. So you have two options, either HTTP API or REST APIs. So I'm gonna say REST API, and I'm gonna say open. I don't want to include any security key or something like that. I'm gonna let it open. So but in the real time scenario, you got to have some kind of security, so don't choose open in your production environment. So I'm gonna say API gateway. I'm gonna say test. So you can see the results. So I'm gonna create an event name, give it a name, a lambda event. All right, so I'm gonna say create. So now we got to look at this. So I'm gonna say test, and so this is the test results. So body of the message is hello from lambda, and the status code is 200, which means it is successful. So now let's configure it a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna go to this API gateway and configure a few things. All right, so you can see the workflow number. I'm gonna give this method a name called get method, and I'm gonna say test. So look at this. If you test this API, it's gonna return you hello from lambda, and the status is 200. Now it also gives you header information and the log information. All right, so now the function is successfully created. All right, so now once you go to that, let's see if we can use that API. So this would give you all sorts of metadata with the file system, the environment variable. You can still configure that. So I'm gonna say you can also publish a new version of that if you make a modification. I'm gonna again go to API gateway and check if we can consume this API, if it is made consumable. So it should be made consumable because so I'm gonna say edit methods, or create a method. So now if you see there's something called any, I'm gonna convert that to get, and give it a name, lambda. Hello lambda is my function name, and the integration type would be lambda function. All right, so now you are about to give API gateway permissions, so I'll say okay. All right, so now you can again test it. All right, you can say parameter 1 is equal to value 1, parameter 2 is equal to value 2. You can change that as well. So I'm gonna click on this function name and see if it's made available to consume that. So you can see the endpoint. So once you click on the endpoint, you can see on the browser you will get the message, body of the message, and the status code. So now it's made